Hey everyone, this is Verdilit here from Verdevil, your source for medieval gaming and fantasy and all that stuff. So, Dark Souls 3 was announced, so exciting news for everyone, or actually leaked I think, yeah. It will be officially announced at E3, and let's talk about top 6 things I want to see in Dark Souls 3. Now, before I start this list, I have to tell you that I'm a Dark Souls 2-er, if this makes any sense, meaning that I did play Dark Souls 1, but I didn't complete it or anything. I'm just obsessed with Dark Souls 2, and I played over 470 hours. So most of my list will be surrounded with things in Dark Souls 2, so I'm sorry if I skip stuff from Dark Souls 1 that you want back or something. Also to add on that, I will be talking more on objective stuff rather than subjective stuff. So basically I will not be talking about how the lore is should be hidden or should be shown, or these are all stuff based on opinion and they are not facts. It's just how you want them. Let's start with number 6. Alright, number 6. Number 6 is less bonfires. Yes, I want to get into that. I think the bonfires in Dark Souls 2 are way too much, making the game feel a bit easier, especially since the bonfire heals everything you have, fixes your weapons if you didn't break them, like fixes the durability, and I think they were way too much in this game. Like every 5 seconds you actually find another bonfire. Although I do love convenience, and I don't want them to remove that entirely, so a smarter thing to do, whenever you finish an area, extra bonfires will appear after you beat the boss. Extra bonfires will appear so you can farm from these locations. Even this is not super necessary. If they remove it, I don't mind. I just want less bonfires because there were too much bonfires. It made the game easily for you to recover and heal up. Number 5. Speaking of difficulty, I want harder co-op. I want the co-op to be more punishing. I know Bloodborne added the fact that whenever you summon someone, your chances of being invaded are higher, but I don't think this is the way. I just like, when I do co-op, which I really love in Dark Souls 2, like me and my friend, we just summon each other and we play together. Doing a co-op, like the biggest problem is that it's actually a lot easier with both of us. I know bosses and other stuff get more health boost and I think more damage boost, but I don't think this is the correct way to do it. I think if you add, like how you see how New Game Plus adds more creatures and stuff, I feel like if you summon, these things also should be added or something like that. Just make it harder, because I don't summon my friend to get help. I can finish the game on my own. I summon my friend to have fun, and it's a bit easy when we are two together. So yeah. Right, number 4, smarter bosses. Now you might be wondering, what do you mean exactly by that? I have an issue with the Dark Souls 2 bosses. The biggest issue is that they're not aggressive enough. A lot of the bosses, you can beat them. Some of the bosses are scary as shit, like the Smelter Demon. Holy crap, you almost can't cheese that boss. You need to fight him with tactics and strategy and everything. But the other bosses, all you have to do is just stick to their right. There are a lot of bosses. For example, the Pursuer, King Vendrick. Just circle around them and you can actually dodge most of their hits by circling around them. Or for example, when it comes to dragons and other creatures, if you stick to their legs, they will not be able to do anything except try to stomp you, which is pretty predictable and easy to dodge. Number 3, character creation. Now, character creation in Dark Souls 2, or I think even 1, is so freaking terrible. Like, there are a lot of things that don't make any sense to me. Like when they ask you to brighten the lips, to change the color of the lips, and then the entire face skin changes. The hairstyles are barely there, and you also can't control the height, or you can control the weight, but you really can't control it that much. But yeah, in general, character creation is terrible, and most characters look like each other, and I spend more than 3 hours just to create a good looking character. So yeah. Number 2, multiplayer arenas. Now, I know Dark Souls 2 had multiplayer arenas, but let's be honest, they were terrible. You had to sit there waiting for hours just to be summoned. Some of them had this stupid thing where you needed like an item, I forgot the name of the item, in order to be summoned into the arena. I just want to play a multiplayer. Also, we have to talk about how terrible the soul memory was when it comes to multiplaying. Let's talk about how like a lot of stuff were terrible in the multiplayer. All I want is just a multiplayer arena with equal levels, So obviously the competitive scene in Dark Souls is insane. It's like a lot of people on YouTube have like 70,000 subscribers, 100k subscribers. That's insane. People want to play Dark Souls competitively. You're just not helping them with the soul level, with the stuff like that. If you like put the levels on, like if you had, like if the game had a certain level, let's say 150 as a mid level, this will be amazing, because no matter how much you level up, let's say you went to 300, they just divide it by 2, and bam, you have your stats for level 50, and you'll still be superior to people who just started the game, because people who just started the game will have unupgraded weapons, even if their stats are multiplied by 150 or something. So yeah, that way you'll have better multiplayer, and you can do stuff like that. Also, very important, no backstabs in the multiplayer. I like backstabs. I like when I invade someone's world and I backstab them as I'm hitting in chameleon form. But in the competitive, there shouldn't be backstabs, because to be honest, it's semi-impossible to get behind someone's back realistically. But then again, because of the lag, they always get backstabbed, and it's so annoying. Also important to keep, which is something Dark Souls 2 did well in my opinion, which keeping constant updates, fixing stuff that people complain about. This is amazing, because as a person who came from the Pokemon competitive scene, they just don't give a shit about anything you complain about, no matter how overpowered it is. So Dark Souls 2 did well with that job, but I want them to keep it. I want them to weaken whatever people complain about, if it's worthy of complaining, because people complain a lot. So let's move to number 1. Number 1 is something that Dark Souls 2 actually did very well, and I want them to do even better in Dark Souls 3, which is convenience. I understand that Soul Vessel wasn't in Dark Souls 1, this is crazy. And also, for example, we have the fast traveling. I don't think fast traveling was in Dark Souls 1, and even Bloodborne. Like, Bloodborne's a newer game. I don't know why did they take a step back by forcing you to travel to the Hunter's Dream before you travel to the new place again. Why can't I fast travel to the next place instantly? I don't get it. I want to be able to do those stuff. It's more convenient, saves a lot of time. I'm not going to be running back and forth at the same place that I've memorized. Also, they've made some announcement that there's something called sacrificial body in order to summon someone. No, please no, this is a step back. Even the soapstone was tedious. I don't want to drag dead bodies in order to summon someone. Unless if it's easily convenient, I'd be happy for this. Nah, I really want it. But I don't want to, every time I want to summon my friend, I don't want to go and just kill someone and just to summon him. I also want more stuff like character creation. Can I please change my character whenever I want? They had in Dark Souls 2, they had the tomb that changes your gender. That's awesome, but every time my character looks horrifying if it was a female and I change it to a male, or the other way around. So I want something where I can change my, like, recustomize my character or something like this. That would be nice, because you want your save to be the go-to place, because you invest a lot of hours in it. You don't want to start a new save just to make something different. Like, let's say I want to make this big character with 2 dragon tooth running around, and then I decide, you know what, actually I just want a skinny samurai, and then I'll start a new game. Hell no. So yeah, this will wraps it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, or even dislike, and most importantly, please leave a comment. I love discussions. So see you guys next time.